In this video I'm going to show you how you can save some money by extending the life of your water filter. Now the one we're going to be working on is the cartridge filter that's in this housing back here in the corner. Now what happens with these filters over time, you will get rust and other minerals that get deposited on the outside of the water filter on the layer that's wrapped around the charcoal core. It's usually a permeable piece of plastic, and then on top of that they slide a plastic mesh net over the entire thing to keep it nice and snug. The mesh net resembles plastic chicken wire. That's what it looks like. Now when I take the one out of this filter, it's going to be already gone, but I will show you exactly how I did it and how you can get extra life out of it and save money. These filters could be very expensive, up to $40 or $50 a piece, depending on the type that you buy, how many microns they will filter, but all the filters can be extended like this. I've been doing this for years. Now you can clean them several times before you have to end up changing them, because what will happen, eventually the charcoal core will start to break down. As soon as you detect any of that, it's a good time to throw it out and just buy a new one. But with this method, you can do it several times before you have to buy a new filter. When you complete this process, you will immediately taste the difference in the water. So I'm going to take the filter out of the housing and I'll show you exactly what we're going to be doing. Alright, the water filter housing has been removed. Now when I slide out the water filter out of the housing, you're going to notice that the plastic netting, which is usually on the outside of the water filter, that will be missing. And the reason why that's missing is because I removed it to be able to clean the filter easier, which you will see in a minute. So I'm going to slide it out of the housing, and you're going to see all of the rust that gets caked on the outside, depending on if you have a lot of rust in your water. You could have calcium in your water. There's a lot of different things that could be in your water to clog up the filter and also affect how your water tastes. So I'm going to slide it out. Alright. Now look at that. Look at all that red. Alright? That's all rust on that filter. When your filter gets really clogged up with rust and calcium and other minerals like this one, and then you start to taste it in your water, the thing to do is, now if you just hose the outside of this off, you're not going to do too much, because a lot of the contamination is also underneath this plastic. So if you hose it off, it may taste a little better, but it's still not going to be right. And the only way to get this right, you're going to take a blade from a utility knife just like this, and you're going to go as close as you can to the top edge of the filter. You're going to cut the entire perimeter carefully, all the way around. You're going to remove the plastic netting. That'll come off first. Then you want to carefully cut through the paper layer right down to the charcoal core. And then you're good to go. You're going to do that on both ends. Once that step is done, what you're going to do is you're going to slide off that plastic net. At that point, the plastic net will slide off the filter. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to pause the video and remove these nylon ties, because when you remove your plastic net, you're not going to have these nylon ties. So I'm going to show you exactly how it's going to look. Alright, so once you cut through both ends, right down to the hard charcoal inner core, you're going to slide off the plastic net, and then you're going to be left with this. You're going to see where the fold of the paper comes together, alright, like that. The next step is to take this outside. We're going to use the garden hose to clean it up, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'm now outside near the hose. Unfortunately, it's a very windy, cloudy, not nice day. Now when you pull this cover off, you're going to see all the crud that you could never clean if you would have left this on and jetted it with the hose. Alright, you see it's all caked up. No matter how much pressure you use, you're still not going to clean under this paper. It all permeated under. It's also into the carbon in the filter. So this is the reason why you have to peel this back. Once it's peeled back, now you could take about a gallon of water, add about a teaspoon of bleach, take a soft bristle brush, and you're going to clean all this membrane up. Now this one's getting older. You can see a little bit of pitting starting. I'm due for a new one now. I mean, you can clean these 3, 4, 5 times. After that, you should really go out and buy a new one. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm going to clean all this with the bristle brush. I'm going to clean this right here, the inside and the out. Now a lot of the staining will not come off, but all the debris that's caught in here will be gone. So I'm going to clean the inside of this, the outside, and I'm going to get my jet nozzle on my hose. which is a flat spray, and I'm going to blast the entire charcoal core, release all the rust. Once I jet this, I'm going to clean this, then I'm going to take the entire filter as you see it, place it in a small pail with about a gallon of water, mix with a teaspoon of bleach, and I'm going to let it soak for a few minutes, and then I'm going to rinse it again with the garden hose, and I'm going to roll the entire thing back up very tight, tight as you can get it. You're going to put a nylon tie close to that end, very close to this end, and you could put maybe 2 or 3 more down the center. And then this filter is good to go. You won't taste anything in the water anymore, and you just extended the life and you saved yourself some money. Okay, it's on a flat spray. See it all running out. Look at it all going down the driveway. You can see it coming right off the core, nice and clean. Take notice now, you don't see any more rust. There's no more debris there. Get underneath too. That's looking pretty good. You can see it's very clean. Don't lose the end. Don't lose the rubber washers on each end. Be careful of that. Alright, so this is pretty good. Now I'm going to scrub this with a little bit of bleach and water. That's a different angle showing how clean it is now. Okay, I'm going to take this water with a little bit of the bleach. I'm going to use this soft bristle to go over the paper part. Just going to go like this. Get that really clean. If all the rust doesn't come out, that's not a concern. Okay, let me blast that again. Now I'm going to turn this over. Like that. Now, as you can see here, it's a good idea. Don't cut all the way through the paper. Leave just a little bit still connected. So it stays on like this to make it easy. As it flaps, you can roll it back up nice. So when you cut this off, cut it and unroll it, but stop when you get to the end. Let me hold this with my foot, unfortunately. Okay, what I'm going to do now we're in good shape. This paper's pretty clean. The charcoal core is in great shape. I'm now going to take this whole entire filter as you see it, and I'm going to let it soak in the gallon of water with a teaspoon of bleach. Okay, we're in there. Let it sit a few minutes. Okay, while the filter is soaking in the gallon of water with a teaspoon of bleach, it'll be a good time to clean the filter housing out. This is the completed, cleaned filter. You can see how much lighter the paper is. The water will be able to pass through it easier now. You will notice an increase in water pressure and a huge improvement in the taste of the water. It will be like a brand new filter. You'll see the inside is all clean. You can see the charcoal is all nice and clean. So what you're going to do now that that's all finished, and now that this has all been cleaned, you're going to take the filter and you're going to roll it up really tight. So I'm going to start rolling it. Make sure it goes down flat. Just keep rolling it, Okay, that's snug. You can see it going against the charcoal, nice and tight. So what you want to do, once the paper is pulled really snug around the core, you're going to take long nylon ties, put one nylon tie very close to the end, and then pull it really, really tight, and then you're going to get the utility knife and you're going to cut off the excess that sticks out. You're going to do the same on this end, and then usually I do 2, but it's a good idea to do 3 across the middle. Okay, so you can see I have the nylon ties pulled nice and tightly, trimmed off the excess. This filter is now ready to go back into the housing. Make sure that these aren't cracked, the washers. Make sure the washers aren't cut all the way through. Now before inserting this filter into the housing, you're going to take a little bit of this pure silicone grease. You can get this at home improvement stores, hardware stores, and you can use other types of plumbing grease. Just take a little bit of it on your finger. Doesn't take much. And you're going to lubricate the O-ring that's in here. Just put a little film all the way around, rotate it. This will make it easier when you go to tighten it down that it doesn't bind up. Go all the way around. Now that's good to go. Now I'll put this down here. I will take the filter, drop that inside, and that is it. You just saved yourself between $20 and $50 depending on the type of filter you buy, and you'll also notice an increase in water pressure, and the taste should be incredible compared to what you had before. After you install the filter, all you're going to do is turn on your water, flush out the filter for a couple of minutes, make sure there's no residual water with a little bit of bleach in it, flush it out, and that is it.